Crowd, which one of the valves you want me to use? A, B, or C? I don't hear anything. C is the best. Alright. Are you ready? 3, 2, 1, go. So Super Mario Sunshine has a... it's famously known for its long intro. Many people have wanted to skip it, and unfortunately community has always decided against it since it's part of the game. The intro takes about 7 minutes, so during that time Josh and me can talk about a little bit. Just talk, I guess.
Sure. Should we talk about last night? That sounds wrong, but...
Yeah, that sounds wrong. What happened? Well, I fell asleep and Josh was outside of the room, and I woke up at the night and then he got to the room.
You let me sleep outside while I wait for you to wake up.
Hey, I fell asleep, okay?
Yeah, I wish I could have.
Well, he has the key now, so he can lock me out this night.
I have a donation if you want me to read one during this.
Good.
Yeah? Alright, we got a $10 donation from DFN. They say, hello, my name is DFN and it's time for the nation's favorite game, Big or Bust. I'm pretty sure that was supposed to be for the last run, obviously with Mr. Big. What was it, Big the Cat? Is that what it's called? Yeah, Big the Cat. But yeah, thanks a lot for the $10 donation, DFN, and they put it towards nothing, unfortunately. That's... Wow, I got debated by the button. Alright, but thanks a lot for the donation, and gameplay's happening.
That was an unfortunate start. So I'm playing on a Japanese version of the game. It's the fastest version out there compared to other versions. PAL version, which is the European version of the game, also Australian. It has 5 different languages. Italian text is in fact the fastest language, but however, Japanese version has faster loading time when you load back to Delfino Plaza, which is the overworld of the game. It's just around half a second. That varies every time. And for any person speedrun, we're gonna go back to Delfino Plaza so many times that the loading times are actually making it much faster than European version with the Italian text. I think the version difference, I can't remember exactly, but 10-15 seconds was about the version difference. There's other version differences which I will mention throughout the whole run. When it comes to this game and me, I used to be a world record holder of the game years ago, and I will still say I'm still in a good shape, but not in a world record holder category. World record holder kind of runner right now.
Instructions complete. Proceed.
This kind of piranha plant is special. It's only one kind in a game, and it doesn't get tickled at all when you spray water at him. However, the other piranha plants will get tickled, so therefore I have to wait for the plant to open the mouth. If you have any donations, Josh, feel free.
We don't have any donations right now, but I will tell you what we're raising money for. At ESA at Dreamhack Winter this year, we're raising money for the Movember Foundation. All of your donations, all of your subscriptions for this month, and all of your cheers and bits during the crowd control runs will all go towards this great charity. So yeah, thanks a lot. We've raised $1,810 so far.
If you ever run this game, you will probably understand why the community really wants to skip the intro. And I personally understand both sides' arguments. They don't want to see the intro. It doesn't have anything to offer, just a small amount of gameplay. However, what I see is just a part of the game, and I've talked about it so much in the past month and years, so I wouldn't want to discuss too much about it, but that's been a thing for this game for a long time. Many other communities also point out why the intro is still a thing. But yeah, that's like a kind of heated topic in this community for a past month or two. Maybe a few months, but still. So when it comes to this game, how do you beat the game? You have to get to the Corona Mountain, which is unlocked after beating Shadow Mario in every world of the game. There's 7 worlds where you can go to from Delfino Plaza. And each of the different worlds will unlock, or stages let's say, will unlock based on doing a certain amount of shines or an event in a Delfino Plaza. For example, the first stage of the game is unlocked right away. All you have to do is just open the Bianco Hill statue. Rico Harbor opens at 3 shines. Gelato Beach opens at 5 shines. Pinna Park opens at 10 shines. Then Serena Beach, funnily enough, you can get to Serena Beach whenever you want, but it's not that much faster, so we do it after getting Yoshi, which is unlocked in a Pinna Park. Pianta Village, funnily enough, is always available there because the loading zone for Pianta Village is on the top of the Shine Gate, and the loading zone is always there. You can get there by using some mechanics of the game. Noki Bay is unlocked after 20 shines. However, you have to open Pinna Park, so there's always these requirements to get to the certain levels, which makes it a really nice bingo, where you have a different kind of objects. Then you get a bingo that way in this game. That's like a fun thing in a speedrunning community for different games. And now we are out of the cutscene. Finally. Oh yeah, and I don't have a memory card on. I forgot it to my room, so if I happen to be any close to game over, I will back up and get some lives just to make sure I'll be able to finish the run, because if I don't have a memory card installed, plugged in, then I cannot save. So there's a piranha plant, a new kind. Compared to Delfino Plaza, the airstrip, I have to wait for him to open the mouth. And the basic Nintendo enemy, 3 hits and it's dead. The cutscene starts playing, so all I have to do is just wait. Josh, what do you think about this game?
I've actually only ever played it once, and that was at last ESA.
Yeah.
So at last ESA, we had this, what was it, like 100-person relay race?
Yeah, about 100.
100 people relay race. There were 2 teams of 100 people, of mostly people that had never played the game before as well.
And some people who have played the game.
Yeah. And we all got together, practiced one shine. That's what they're called. We all practiced one shine each, and we tried to, we raced to see who could beat it. And I had the very first shine. So the very first start bit of the game with the cutscenes, and then you spray that one flower, and then that's it. That's all I played, so I have no idea.
And I was the captain of that relay race with Hidden Power 13.
Yeah, it was a good time.
Yeah, it was a good...
When every single person almost at a venue was all doing one race together.
Yeah.
The crowd atmosphere was pretty interesting.
What was fun was to teach people to learn different shines, since there were many people who have never played the game, so they had to get used to the mechanics of the game. So right off the bat, you probably see what I'm doing is water slide, which is the fastest way to move around in a game. And flood is very good feature in this game, where you can hover, water slide, just do anything you want. This spider actually has a little bit of RNG. We call it a luck. It's luck-based, basically. And if it's in a different spot, then I can't get to the right cycle with this windmill, because the windmill always moves in a same pattern when you start the level. Normally, if you were to play this, you would have to wait for the the windmill to get you up there. But by doing the wall jumps, we can get up here much faster. And here's the first boss of the game. My favorite boss of the game too. Piranha. This what I'm doing with the blood is called spam spray, which is done by holding R button down, then pressing A, which will do this, but we can do it mid-air. And by doing mid-air, we can fill his belly really fast with by just 2 spam sprays. We call it spam spray because it's like a shotgun fight spray. And there's a certain spot on the ground I look at, the texture, so I know where the shine spawns. And I think I've played this game too much. So I know everything, almost. For many years, people have been wanting to find a way to skip shines because to beat the game, you have to beat the Shadow Mario, which is always in episode 7 of the level. Every level, episode 7 has Shadow Mario. But if there's a way to get to the 8th episode shine, we will be able to unlock every shine of the level. However, the developers were smart enough that when you pick up a shine, the episode shine, it will only be that episode shine, so there's no other shines available in a level, except Gelato Beach, which we will get into in like less than 10 minutes. And probably many people remember these very secret, or like some of the secrets. Nice side flip. There's a small part of that bowl I can get a wall jump from. So it's a secret level where Shadow Mario takes away blood, and you have to get to the bloodless level. Bloodless, we just say that you don't use your blood at all. That's a little bit. This secret is in a cycle, so I just missed there because I made a small mistake. And it has a good music. Now we have 3 shines, and we're gonna unlock Rico Harbor. It doesn't. I don't have to do it, but it's actually faster to unlock it than go back to Bianco Hills, which is called Travel Skip. It's a little tricky, but consistent. There's different ways to do that. Many people have a different way to start the water slide. The key for getting this skip is to get the water slide as soon as possible after you spray the last water to kill this piranha plant. This piranha plant takes 6 hits to die. That's second. Then the third one just spawns him again. So I need to get over here to set up myself to be almost as far as possible, but I can still spray him. So on a 5th, 6th hit, I'll start water sliding to the Bianco Hills. I get the water slide, and I should be good if I don't get bonked by the Toad. So that's Travel Skip. I was entering Bianco Hills at the same time when Rico Harbor opening cutscene was playing. So Rico Harbor is open now. And this is one of the nicest and funnest level to speedrun. It shows so many little things, tech in this game that you will be seeing. I won't be talking much because this requires lots of focus. That was called a GWK, which is glitchy wall kick dive. By doing with glitchy wall kick dive, I have to go to the first person mode, then press A, which is the wall jump, right before I hit the wall. First person mode happens when you press Y button. And I can't press them at the same time because that's called Y storage then. And what happens then, I don't get the glitchy wall kick then. Next up is episode 5 shine. Many runners mostly hated shine because this mostly kills the runs. It's a PT Piranha plant again, but this time he's completely luck-based. There's 774 different flying pattern combinations, and if I recall correctly, there's 9 or 8 different spots where he can stop at. You cannot stop him any time earlier when he stops, when he got to the certain places. That's unfortunate. And then the fight starts now. Do you have any donations, Josh?
Yeah, sure. We got a $20 donation from Chris1872, and they say, first time donating to a charity and it feels amazing. Good luck on the run, Samu, sending you tons of love.
Thank you. So the fight starts, and let's see, he goes to the right direction I would like him to go to. So this is there's different directions he can go to. And well, like I said, 774 different line patterns, so there's many different directions he can go to. And some of them are something we would really hope for, but it's completely out of our control because the RNG, the luck changes for this game every time you... It's like changing all the time. That's like the best way I can explain it. I don't understand even myself. How does it work? I'm out of water soon. I need to get some water. And Beatty throwing a tornado, that's also luck, which loses about 3 seconds. Like I said, completely out of your control. Oh, he's going over the building, so he's gonna keep flying possibly for a while. Where did he go? Oh, there he is. Oh, he's going back to the same location where he was. So the fight would have been a lot worse than that you just saw. Though he gave me 3 tornadoes. And there's a 60% chance he keeps you a tornado. You can do the math after that. There's also the same spot, like around the texture here. I look at the grass. Different televisions has a different brighting, so it can be hard to see where the shrine spawns based on the texture. Getting under 17 minutes, leaving Bianco Hills 5 is, I consider it really good. Usually. So 5 shines and Gelato Beach is open. We can unlock that, and we're gonna do that because that level actually has a skip called Gelato Beach Skip. If you remember the shine sprite that is in a glass, in a hood, in a beach, that is actually possible to get. For many years we always knew the shine is possible to get, but we don't have a way to get to inside the glass. But just about almost 6 years ago, the skip was found, and the person doesn't even run the game, which makes it funny. This piranha plant is same as the Rico Harbor, so nothing special. I'm doing a water slide here, and hold up left, so I will be closer to the entrance. I will try once the hardest way to do this skip, which is called backflip GPS. The regular GPS is just called Gelato Beach Skip, which is a quite consistent setup, but the backflip GPS, you only have one try for it. If you get lucky throw, let's say. So let's find out, can I get it? So you need a coconut, then you will clip through the hood with a coconut and hover to the shine sprite. And the risky thing about this setup I'm gonna attempt is that coconut will go to the water if I fail this. And I got it. That is not that easy that it looked. It's very hard. Trust me. I'm really glad I got it. So that's the stage. We have to go back and beat Soda Mario. When this skip was found, many people would accidentally pick the episode 8 shine without realizing that they have to go one shine left and pick episode 7. I was doing spam spray there nearby Soda Mario, so I will get a quick kill. so he wouldn't be running away. This Shadow Mario is actually kinda special because he never stops if you let him keep running away. It's kinda weird because there's always checkpoints for each Shadow Mario where he stops, and when Mario gets closer to him, then he runs away. So that's the stage, and we go to Pinna Village. And the way to get to Pinna Village is by doing this Y-turn spin jump and get a wall jump off the Shine Gate. And the cutscene doesn't play here because basically the game is kinda telling you you're not supposed to be here yet, but after Pinna Park. So the cutscene will only start playing if I was beating Pinna Park. If I have been in a Pinna Park, I mean. So these chain jumplets, they have a little bit of luck which direction they're going. The starting point is always same, but the direction they go to is random. And there's 2 or 3 different paths they can go to. And usually the last jumplet is the one that matters. And he gave me a good luck. That's very good. Small version difference here with a hover nozzle. Hover nozzle instantly cools them. And that pause unpause was to make the shine appear. So the version difference with the hover nozzle, for some reason it's like stronger, let's say. And it just cools down those chain jumplets instead of doing spam sprays, which can be a little bit tricky if you're too close or too far. What I mean by the version difference, it's only in a Japanese version. In the European version, American version, that doesn't work, what I just did there for the last chain jumplet. Here's the most consistent runner of the game, Pianissimo. He always gets the same time. So I mean that this is the auto-scroller shine and there's nothing interesting going on. Do you have something to say about it, Josh?
The shine?
Yeah, auto-scroller shine.
Oh yeah, that sounds fun.
Yeah, sounds fun. You can just beat the level as soon as you can, but you have to wait for him to finish the race to get the shine.
I was gonna say, what's the timer for if it's an auto-scroller?
The timer is just there, just to see how fast you are, I guess. There is a way to skip the cuts, to skip the text boxes from Pianissimo, but I can't remember exactly, but the requirements for getting the 1 text box instead of 3 text boxes is a little bit tricky, because it's like a certain amount of events you've done in a game. I can't quite exactly remember what you had to do for that. But in this route I'm doing, it doesn't work, as far as I know. Next episode, episode 3. It's the only shine of the game where you lose blood that is inside a level that is not a secret. This is not considered as a secret shine. It's just a kind of like a secret in a level, but it's not considered as a secret shine. And speaking of the secrets, every level has 1 or 2 secrets where you lose blood. So there's a really tricky movement I'm gonna try to attempt, and it's very hard. That's fine, that's fine. So I was supposed to get a momentum spin jump off that mushroom, but luckily I managed to save myself there. If I didn't... Nice side flip. I'm trying to get that side flip there 3 times in a row. So what I was supposed to do there was to get a momentum spin jump, to get to the wall. Then if you remember in a Bianco Hills 4, I was doing a GWK, glitchy wall kick. Instead I would have done glitchy wall kick dive, so instead of doing Y and A button presses, I would press Y, A, then B. And what makes it that much harder is that you have to press all these three different buttons in 2 frames. I hope the explanation was right, but let's just say it's very hard, okay? This chain jump, he's kind of mad at you, so we have to go cool him down a little bit, I guess. He's just really heated up, as you can see. And holding a chain while holding forward lets him to move faster. And I'm gonna stop holding a chain in this spot. So I will set up myself to get him to the pool. And all I have to do is just hold the chain in a certain timing. So he will jump to the pool himself. Like that. And I have to hold forward for that too. If I didn't do that, I would have to pull him to the pool by myself. Now next shine is the only secret of the level. And also one of the earliest skips of the game called Yoshi Skip. Normally you would need a Yoshi to enter this secret, but we don't have it now because it's unlocked in a Pinna Park. But there is a way to glitch inside the tree. Then you can hover inside the loading zone that leads to the secret. And it looks like this. You have to go underneath the level to get there. There's different setups found in the past years, and this is like the most consistent and best way to go with. That's unfortunate. I went too far right. So you hover in a certain moment to clip through the mushroom. If I hovered any time later or sooner, then I wouldn't have got it. So this secret is quite known for its random element. There's a last chuckster. These are chucksters. And the last chuckster is luck-based. And okay, if he was standing around here, I would have a chance to get an early cycle and get to the shine before he would be passed in a certain point. Passing on him once like that makes him angry, yeah, but he doesn't stop in a corner then. So I'm looking backwards because I'm gonna be throwing him, making him throw me backwards, which happens by pressing Y button. And that's the secret. Next shine, there's 10 beyond us we have to save from the coop, and there's a time limit too. Often really fun level to individual level grind, or just playing it a lot to get a really good time. When you get the last Pianta out of the coop, the timer ends, which is in the bottom left corner. I can't talk much because this will be requiring a lot of focusing on movement. So I'm doing these certain unlocks here, so I will have a less time. I will be able to clean them faster, let's say. I had too much speed, that's why I bonked there. When you run to the slopes, you usually have like a high speed. This unlock can be tricky because there's a certain angle I have to look at, get, so she unlocks. I call them unlocks, so they're out of the coop. Not too bad time, but my own personal best is 2:15 or 2:14, I think, and the world record for this is, I can't remember what it is exactly, but it's really crazy. 2 minutes left, and I think it was 18 seconds left in a timer, so I was only 9 seconds off from the world record. Which is very luck-based, because if I didn't mention about the spam sprays actually has a random element too. When you spam spray, the water spread is completely random. So that's something what the individual levels are relying on when you do that shine. So one more shine and we're off to the Pinna Park. There's a quick kill I will try to attempt for this Shadow Mario. It's very, very hard. I didn't get it. What was supposed to happen that I get close enough so I can spam spray him with just a one spam spray and he will not be knocked off, so he wouldn't jump over that fence. Next up is Pinna Park, but there's a cutscene we have to skip. We don't have to skip it, but it's faster to skip the cutscene by doing a Horny Skip. It's called Horny Skip because a runner named Horny found the skip a long time ago. You enter the cutscene at the same time where you die out of bounds. Let me just do this first and I will explain what's happening. Okay, I entered the cutscene, unfortunately. I was supposed to hover just slightly more, but it was hard to see the right shadow from Mario. So what was supposed to happen, I die at the same time, because when you're in out of bounds of this game, the game has a prevention that you cannot stay here, so we're just gonna automatically kill you, so you get out of this place, because you can't get out, or you're not supposed to be here. We just call it a dead zone, and I didn't get the right timing for the ground pound to sidestep to the loading zone and die at the same time. It would save about 15-20 seconds if I did get it. And you saw a little bit of lore of the game. Peach is kidnapped by Shadow Mario. And the very first level of the game for Pinna Park, the very first shine of the level, Pinna Park is a boss fight, Mecha Bowser fight. And there's a cutscene skip here, and it's very easy, because all you have to do is just pause and exit before you enter the loading zone. That triggers the cutscene. I can't remember exactly the reason why this particular cutscene is possible to skip, but no others. That one you can skip, and the one after the fight, I mean. And there's many ways to beat this fight, and I'll try to do the fastest fight by shooting rockets in a certain spots. That was too early, and I didn't get the re-grab, unfortunately, so this is not gonna be as good of a fight I was hoping for. And I didn't get a re-grab there. So if I did get the fastest fight, the fight would be over now. But I missed too many rockets. So we have to go around to get this one. And hopefully I get the re-grab. I did get it. When the machine part explodes there, that's when I know I can pause and exit to be skipped other cutscene, which is the longest cutscene of the game. One of the longest, at least, outside of intro. Fun fact, the shine is actually there. You can get it, but there's no way to get to that shine before the shine showing animation starts. I mentioned about every level having at least one secret shine. Pinna Park has 2 of them. And one of them is in episode 2. The easiest, I would say. Every secret is a cycle-based, like a different cycle you should follow if you go for the certain strats. Except Pinna Village 5. So this mole, you're supposed to fight him, but we can just enter the loading zone because it is there.
You okay for a quick donation?
Yes.
Alright. We got a $25 donation from Anonymous with no comment, but they did leave it towards the SA Any% showcase. So we're $25 closer to that now. We're just reached over halfway. We're at $515 out of 1,000. We've got until the very end of the marathon tomorrow to reach that, so that's be great. Hopefully we can do that tomorrow. And also, I'd just like to mention that we are the European Speedrunner Assembly. We're here to bring you a 3-day all-star showcase from the expo floor here at Dreamhack Winter. We have 6 speedrunners are performing their runs daily from the ESA stage. And we've made sure the schedule was each one of them had at least 1 run a day, so you can catch any of your favorite any day you're here. So here we have 6 all-star runners. Right now we have Samura1man with Super Mario Sunshine, obviously. And coming up next, to end the day, we're going to have an amazing run by Chrism, who's doing a Super Mario 64 randomizer crowd control. If you don't know what crowd control is, basically the crowd can mess with his game. It's pretty hilarious.
Okay, so this sign, I'll explain after. It's very hard to explain while I'm doing this. Oh, unfortunate. I was supposed to land on that small part, so I will be sliding off the ledge. Well, I did get the hard part. So that's like the newest strat of the Shine and the hardest strat. There's a little bit harder method, but it's just the second faster and it's a lot harder. But that's the fastest way to get all the red coins. And this red coin Shine has seen many different strats in the past 6 years. We used to go around like basically the movement for hitting the third red coin, fourth, fifth, sixth, and seventh. And, well, from a third red coin to sixth red coin has seen a different variations of the strats. When do you get this and this red coin? And I was doing the hardest one, the fastest one too. So this is the shine that unlocks Yoshi. I'm doing lots of spam sprays so I unlock all of them. And I will ground pound to all of them at the same time before the cutscene starts. And I did get it, nice. So if I didn't get them, the cutscene would play and it would show all of the flowers that all the enemies I ground pounded before the first cutscene starts. That's the amount of times it will show the sunflowers. But I did get all 5 of them, so I don't have to change down the possibility the last 1 or 2 of those Koopas, I guess. I can't remember their name. Fake Yoshis, let's say. So after beating this Shine, Yoshi unlocks in a whole game now. And there is a skip in this level. Episode 5 is skippable. It saves roughly a minute. One of the hardest skips of the game, because how much can go wrong. There's no luck into it. It's all on you. It can be done in episode 5 or 3. One of the oldest method was the older method was done in episode 2, but it's slower and it's not useful anymore. And it was RNG dependent, luck based. So we need this Yoshi, and we need to get to the secret. The secret is only available with the orange Yoshi. And this is where it becomes really tricky. We have to get this papaya to the entrance. And we will eat that. Where's the durian? Durian. Is it farther away? There we go. So we need this durian to change the Yoshi to purple, because that is the only Yoshi color in a game that makes the moving platform go forward. That direction the enemy is facing at before you spray it. But you're wondering, why don't I just go to the loading zone with the Yoshi? Well, this is the invisible barrier. I can't do anything here but stand on this platform. And if I were to get stuck on this, I would possibly softlock myself. Luckily enough, it's only possible if you do it by yourself. You force the softlock. And now we enter the secret. We skipped the one shine successfully. That's unfortunate. I was supposed to do a triple jump there. That can happen sometimes when you're pressing A and B at the same time. A is jump button and B is a dive button. That's what was supposed to happen. So what I just did there was a very difficult strat that just saves a second. swag strat, we call it, but it saves time, so it's really cool. And that's the secret. Like I explained, every secret has the cycles, and those are always in the same cycle, the same pattern, the movement for the platforms. There are different ways to get over that wall from the left side, right side, but I went over the middle instead. Now if you remember episode 7 Shine, Shadow Mario, I'll try to get a quick kill where I make him to go right instead of going left. You can make him go right or left in this level. Left is a consistent, but right is a little bit faster and cooler. Let's see can I get it. And I did get it. Very nice. Getting those spam sprays very close to him is very scary because you may get hit by him. And if you get hit by him, we call it a super bonk. It's like a special kind of bonk that if you bonk to the wall, you will have a certain amount of cooldown before you can move, but hitting Shadow Mario gives you a super bonk and you cannot move for like 3 seconds before the cooldown is off. So it's really scary to get too close to Shadow Mario. Now we go to Rico Harbor. We unlocked in a start of the run. Now we have a level that doesn't have any luck dependent shines, so it's all good movement, good looking movement here and there. Water slide, spin jumps, quickly change to the regular nozzle and start hovering and water sliding again, sliding again. This won't be the only time we will see this boss. Very easy. The basic Nintendo boss of the game. Always the same and one way to beat it. If you pull the nose enough and you hear him scream, that's the sound cue when you know you can release the nose, which is here. If you hear the sound effect there. Do we have any donations? Josh?
Not right now. Let me refresh before I say that. Nope, none right now. But I can tell you what the donations are going towards. ESA's fundraising for the Movember Foundation, this Dreamhack. Movember is the only global charity focused solely on men's health, and ESA is proud to be working with them for the 2nd year in a row. We did an online-only marathon, I think I remember last year for Movember.
Yes, we did.
Yeah, first ever ESA online-only marathon, and that went really well.
Episode 2 Shine is a blooper race in a safari, and we don't need a blooper, we can do a blooperless. By going to this sewer, then all the way to the end of the sewer, we can enter the safari by just doing a Y-turn change here after the water slide, like this. Start the hovering before you hit the water. Then here we get on the wall, so we start the race. Prematurely, let's say. And we have to hit these checkpoints. There's a 1 checkpoint. Then we have to go this way. Ooh, no water slide, unfortunate. I was supposed to get the triple jump there. And here's the 2nd checkpoint. And now we can finish the race. It is faster if you get under the certain time. I think it was under 20 seconds, and it's faster than doing with a blooper. If you did it with a blooper, then all you have to do is just hit the first checkpoint, because the 2nd checkpoint is inevitable when you do it with a blooper. This game hasn't seen that many new tech in a past year or 2, but just like last summer, there was a new tech found for this level. Well, not this level, but it's basically known for many times. I think it's known for a long time, but I think I'm not able to do it. I'm gonna try it actually. That's called spin slide, or some people call it the Beyblade. So if there's a slope where you can butt slide, or just a slope where you cannot slide, where you cannot stand at all, that's where you can get a high speed with a spinning animation that is done by rotating the control stick, then pressing R button either with a regular nozzle or a hover nozzle. Then you just go to the slope and spin jump out of that before the spinning animation ends. And not only episode 3 has that, but episode 4 also has that, but you do it from the left side because you have to get to the secret. And this is like, in my opinion, the coolest looking entrance to the secret. If I do get it. I wanna get it. Oh, I didn't get a spin jump, unfortunately. So we have to go for a backup. What was supposed to happen is that I get a spin jump again, and then I get the wall jumps to the secret. This secret is quite difficult, even though it doesn't look like it. And in the past it didn't feel like that difficult, but when the cycles are very strict and important, you have to have a really good movement throughout the whole secret. That's very good secret. One mistake and I would have possibly died there, and maybe I can survive, but it's really depends where the mistake happens. Every dive, rollout, every jump dive was very, very important there. Next up.
Can I do Rico 7?
What?
Can I do Rico 7?
You wanna do it?
Yeah, Rico 7.
Alright, let's just do it. You wanna do it blind?
Blind?
Yeah, it's easy. Just hold forward. Just hold forward. That's Grease. He's awesome. So episode 5. Nice bonk. I had too much speed, that's why I bonked. And episode 5 is a rematch with the blooper. And all I have to do is just release the nose just a little bit farther away than you did in episode 1 blooper. You have to get all the goop off the nose, otherwise you cannot grab the nose. Just please don't let him get away. This shine takes a while to spawn. So we're pretty much over halfway done with the amount of shines we have collected. Like I mentioned about the Shadow Marios, that's the way to beat the game. And overall, throughout the whole run, you will be collecting 43 shines. And in the past, it was 49 shines, I think. 43 shines overall you collect. Then the last shine you collect is I think it was 43. But yeah, if you beat the game and beat the Bowser, that's a last shine of the game. And here's a blooper race. Not really a race, but a red coin mission. Need to hit the switch. Then we pick up this blooper and pick up these red coins. If you're wondering, is there a difference with the bloopers? Green is the best one, it has the best handling, and you can hold forward to get the top speed. Yellow is like in between, if I recall correctly. And purple or red blooper, that has always the top speed, so you cannot slow down, and it has the worst handling. It has a horrible handling, it's horrible. And I mean it's horrible when I say it's horrible. Chris is gonna do a shine for me because he asked for it. Hello, Chris.
Hey, what's up? Yeah, I asked Samu to do Rico 7, but now I'm kind of nervous.
I made him nervous because he has to do it.
On my knee.
I told him to do it blind, but he doesn't want to.
No, I'm not doing blind.
All you have to do is hold forward.
It's not just forward, it's a little bit to the left.
Yeah, a little bit to the left, but it's not that bad.
I would mess that up blind.
Okay. Because if you did mess up it blind, you would have to keep chasing him.
Yeah, I know. But I know how to chase him.
So this is the easiest Shadow Mario of the game. All you have to do is just hold forward and press R now. Thank you, Chris.
No problem.
That's a very easy shine, as you can see. Even you can learn it. Just hold forward, go towards him, press R when you're close to him. Don't press too soon, because if you press too soon, the water hits him and he gets away, then you cannot be too close to him. If you were curious, why did I leave episodes 6 and 7 undone for Bianco Hills? Well, routing-wise, it's better to do it now. And that's the reason was the event cutscenes happens after doing a certain having a certain amount of shines or having a certain event done in the game. Right now the event cutscenes are always happening, so that's not the case anymore. I don't have to worry about them. But in a earlier of the run, it was mattering a little bit, just to like save a little bit of time. We're talking about seconds. This is a 30 late secret. Can be quite difficult. Quick water slide there. And this secret has like 2 hard jumps, let's say. Uh-oh, that's not good. I'm just gonna wait this out. Because I never do other ways to beat this shine. So what sucks now that the platforms that are above the level, I have to wait for a certain cycle so I can safely get through this, because dying on top of the level means a 50-second time loss. Because you don't fall all the way down to the dead loading zone before you can actually... Well, this is not too bad. Before you can actually try again the level. Okay, I'm just gonna make this safe, which is unfortunate, but I have to. After this level, we have 2 more levels to go, Sirena Beach and Noki Bay. Sirena Beach is always known as the last run killer of the game. If you get past that, you should be able to get a good run done if you're consistent and very good at the Noki Bay. Sirena Beach is just a level that has too much randomness, let's say. There is a quick kill I almost got there, but if I was a little bit closer, it would have worked. The spam spray is just that good if you get close enough to Shadow Mario. But that was still good. He just had no HP left when I was spraying him again. So, entering the Sirena Beach, you can do it whenever you want, but it's faster to do it with the Yoshi. You just get off the pineapple, and then you can enter the level every time you want. This Shadow Mario can't be changed to right or left, but I wanted him to go left because it's faster. Now it's time for in my opinion, the least favorite level of the game, Sirena Beach, and many runners' least favorite too. Mostly because of the 2 shines that are having too much of random element RNG. Both of them are boss fights too. And there's 2 hard secrets too. hard enough if you're doing the fastest strats, let's say. The hotel owner talks a lot, and at the end of this cutscene, we're just starting a fight, I mean. So Manta Ray can split up. I can't remember how many times. I think it was 250 small mantas possibly, and you should get to the purple phase or the last phase where all of the mantas are small, and they will start chasing you. Otherwise, they start getting away from you. So this is a very much splitting them as soon as possible. There's one missing, I think. Yeah. So now that when they're purple, they start chasing me. The faster you get that, the better the fight will be. Because now you have to start chasing them a little bit. And they're around the beach and the right side of the level. And I have to constantly keep eye on water meter for the tank. And be close to the water too. That was an average fight, I would say. The craziest times are like you will get the splitting done immediately when you start splitting. It's like, it's very crazy, and where the direction where the mantas are going, that's completely luck, like I said. And the better your spam spray is, the better the fight can be too. Next up is episode 2, that is the secret level of the game. It has a really good entrance, but the secret itself is my least favorite. Because of the last part having a really hard strat that can be very, very difficult to do. I haven't mentioned about and talked about different kind of spin jumps. There's a, we call as a momentum spin jump and a buffered spin jump. A momentum spin jump is done in both of these secret levels ending. The momentum is like when you run against a slope and you have a high speed. That's called momentum, and it can be done against the slope or done after running. The buffered spin jump is like you hold up. This entrance is really cool. So the buffered spin jump is like where you go to the certain direction and it's still buffer the direction and the spin jump at the same time. The thing about the spin jump here at the end, I don't have to do it, but I'll still go for it. Besides, we're ahead of the schedule.
You're right if I talk about some prizes for a minute?
Sure, but soon. Hold up. So here's the momentum spin jump, if I do get it. And I got it. So you probably saw that there's no backup if you fail it. You can go ahead now, Josh.
All right, thank you. Nice jump.
Thank you.
Yeah, so at this ESA, this short weekend one, we're raising money for Movember. But if you do decide to donate, we actually have a bunch of event-long prizes that are being given out. Depending on the minimum, depending on the amount of donation that you give during the entire event, so it's pooled together, you can be in the running for a bunch of prizes. At $15, if you donate $15 or more over the whole event, you can win an Elgato Stream Deck. $20 or more, you can get there's 5 HyperX Cloud Alpha gaming headsets available. You also have another Elgato Game Capture. And then there's like a whole bunch of tiers, all the way up to $75, where if culminating the whole event you've donated $75, you're in the running to win an Ace Combat 7 Skies Unknown Bros Bomber jacket. I can see a little preview of it, it looks amazing. If you want to know more about the prizes, head over to prizes.esamarathon.com and have a look.
What I just did there was a skip for this shine. Normally you would have to get a Yoshi that needs a pineapple that is in a certain room. You can get to by going through certain rooms too. But getting a banana, then getting up there and doing the skip with the banana by holding a certain direction, holding down while I'm throwing a banana off from my hand, I can clip through the ceiling and the glass. And that's not all for the skips. There's another skip coming up, Casino Skip. You don't have to worry about the slot machines. By getting to the ceiling, then clipping through, with a sidestep, you can get to the pipe sooner. And that's the skip. If I were to fail any of these, I will possibly die. So here's a momentum spin jump at the end. And I did get it. Awesome. If I were to jump there early, I would have gone to upright. But if I were to jump late, I wouldn't be able to get the spin jump. If you wonder why I don't go for a dive there, because the dive loses the momentum, and the momentum stays from that spin jump if you just keep holding the direction with the spin jump. Now another boss fight of the level, Kimpu fight. Kimpu, completely luck dependent too. There's a called as early cycles. I'll explain more when the fight goes on, and I will explain what the early cycle is and what is not. I may be able to get the perfect fight, then I don't have to explain the early cycle. But the start of the fight, I hope for a fruit, because fruit is only way to damage Kimpu. And how, funnily enough, we're in a casino playing a Kimpu fight, RNG. By doing that movement there, I triggered the Kimpu slightly early. Okay, he gave me a fruit. First he needs to get the pepper, and then he throws any other fruit than pepper at him. That goes over. That's awesome. Durian is the best if it's closer, but most of the time it's not close. So it's impossible to get a fruit after a fruit. So this is not an extra cycle. This is like a scripted cycle. And you need to make sure the enemy spawns, then you can get to the next cycle. So this is an extra cycle, and I have to cancel the cycle. Okay. An extra cycle loses about 5 to 6 seconds. That was almost lucky. Sometimes you may get very lucky with the enemy, with the fruit placements, where the pepper will bounce off the slope that I'm facing at, the slope over here where I'm standing. If it bounces off that the tongue, it will start the next phase. It will start making him go thirst. I don't know, but you know what I mean, I guess. Extra cycle, so I have to cancel it. Unfortunate. It is common to get 1 or 2 extras. So it wasn't too bad of a fight, but unfortunate for 2 extras. There's a lot of like other things about Kimpu too, where like we call it a cycle skip, but that's something I don't want to explain. It's too complicated. And something that is not viable for speedruns. Next up, episode 6, Scrubbing the Beach. You need to get rid of the coop here, and there's a version difference here for a Japanese version compared to English versions that are PAL and American version. So there's invisible coop after I spray, and a strict coop requirement. So I will have to spray everywhere as much as I can. Nice side flip. So not only I have to spray everywhere, but make sure that I sprayed enough. Because when you're at the end of the at the end of the shine for this, and you missed like one part or two, you can't see that. You have to hope for the right. Will have to hope for that spot to be really close to you. And a really good time left in the timer is 2 minutes 20 seconds, so it wasn't too bad at all. It would have been a lot worse. That's why I have to spray everywhere in a Japanese version. The requirement is not that strict in English versions, and you have to spray less. It's like 99%, 98.9% I think. Something about 98% of the coop you have to spray off in a Japanese version. So it's very strict, and with the invisible coop it's even harder. Then they lowered the requirement for English versions later on. Japanese version is a 1.0 version. Most of the time. Once again, nice. Once again, episode 7, Shadow Mario. He's inside the hotel and we have to chase him. I don't want him to go to the second floor. And usually that's not possible if I have the right distance from him. So that's a Serena Beach. Next up, my favorite level of the game, Noki Bay. There's only one shine that has a small amount of random element, but it's so small that it doesn't even matter. This level is really cool because it's just all movement. So many cool tricks. And my favorite boss fight too. I forgot about Eel. Eel is actually my favorite boss fight, I'm sorry. PD is my second favorite. And everybody hates Eel. I don't understand why. Do you have any donations, Josh?
Yeah, sure. We got a $30 donation from Zila. I hope I'm saying that right. Probably not. Zedla? I don't know. But thank you for the $30. They don't leave a comment or anything. But thank you for donating to us and supporting the Movember Foundation.
Oh, unfortunate. I was doing a very hard movement here, so I will be able to get to the one earlier cycle, but it's very difficult that you can't have any mistakes. We actually beat the mole this time. This is the second mole of the game, and it's not skippable. This level actually has a lore in it. They have to get rid of the dirty dirt water. Like something is poisoning water, and during this whole time, we're going through the level to find out what's causing it. First, that they thought that it was the waterfall we had to unlock it. The next episode, we think it's a blooper. The Koopa blooper for the third time. And we don't fight him, by the way. We go this way instead. Nice wall jump. To skip the blooper fight by using a spring. And clip through this part, this corner, so we get to the shine. So as the lore goes on in this level, it wasn't a blooper that was the cause of the poison water. They find out it's an eel underwater. The eel is an underwater boss fight, and to do our underwater boss fight, we have to do one extra shine that acts as a training for the underwater movement. Because it's a boss fight underwater, we have to get used to the movement underwater. So this old Noki is giving us a helmet. Then he's gonna let us to go inside the bottle that has 8 red coins. Underwater movement is always done with a wide turn, first person mode. It's the fastest way to move around. change the direction especially. Then moving around, you want to hold forward to go to that direction you want to go to. I released the joystick here, so I will be able to move immediately after I land on the ground. And now, time for my favorite boss fight. And I want to mention about the boss fight that it has okay, eel has 8 different teeth, you have to clean all of them. And there's a cutscene at the end. You can skip by hitting the tooth, by getting your iframes on, and getting the last tooth cleaned while you have those invincibility frames on. And I'm explaining this now because it's really hard to explain while I'm doing the fight, because I'm doing the fastest fight that is known, and the hardest fight that I'm the only one who can do it in a runs. So you are in a treat now, if I do get it. I don't want to get your hopes up, but it's very cool strat. Nice mistake there, by me. So to start the fight, we have to drown for about 30 seconds before we start the actual fight. So there's 8 different teeth, and for the start of the fight, when he rises up, he's gonna open the mouth, and we have to clean at least 6 teeth. The strat I'm doing is 6.5, and then I have to close the mouth in a certain moment, and then we proceed to the cutscene skip. I hit this bubble, so I get the air meter timer to the certain spot, and I get the some air back. So let's do the fight and see what happens. I didn't get the fastest fight, unfortunately. So I think I went too far inside the mouth. Oh, that's unfortunate. So I didn't get the cutscene skip because I didn't have iframes, and I think the mess up happened while I was doing the start of the fight. I was supposed to hover slightly so I don't go inside the mouth too far, because he will close the mouth then. And that's very bad. I don't have enough time then to clean all the teeth I wanted to clean there. If that strat was done, it will just save about 1.5 over the other fastest strat. Yeah, it's about the seconds. And I did mention I'm the only one who can do it. Well, I didn't get it now. It was based from a dual-assisted speedrun. A dual-assisted speedrun is done with an emulator and a slowdown, reduce everything that makes a perfect run that is humanly impossible to replicate. Anyone who watches a dual-assisted speedrun, that's something that humans are not able to do, are not supposed to do, let's say. So I looked into it, then I saw the potential that it's probably possible, and then I started learning it, and eventually I managed to implement it to the speedruns. Pianissimo, the most consistent runner of the game, because he always bonks to the same spot. Do you have any donations, Josh?
None right now, but I can tell you about what we're raising money for. It's the Movember Foundation. You may have heard of them because of the funny mustaches. But yeah, they are a charity dedicated to raising money for men's health issues around the world. They say men are dying on average 6 years earlier than women, and for largely preventable reasons. This includes prostate cancer, testicular cancer, and suicide rates. Unfortunately, males seem to account for 75% of all suicides. Mostly down to, I imagine, that's not negligence. What's the word? We're too stubborn, that's the word, to go to doctors and stuff. So yeah, the Movember Foundation is trying to change all of those issues around the world and help support that. All
right, we have one more sign before Shadow Mario, and I have a long history with this. I used to, when I hold a world record past many times, I used to lose rounds to this, and this was the last shine before Shadow Mario. And now it's even harder with the modern strats. So I'm doing a ropes. I'm using a ropes to get to the secret. Uh-oh. Okay, it wasn't too bad. It would have been worse. Well, it was still worse. There's a certain moment when I know that I wasn't faster than regular strats, and this is the hard secret too. Let's see, am I able to get the fastest cycle? And I got it. Very nice. Was always the secret that lost me runs because I was so nervous, but I'm not nervous about it anymore. And back in the day, that wasn't even a strat I just did there. That wasn't a possible. That wasn't known, let's say. We had different ways to move around the secret. So one more Shadow Mario, then we go to Corona Mountain to beat the game. If Shadow Mario did end up climbing up, I wouldn't be able to knock him off before he stops again. So it's good I managed to get him there. So after beating Shadow Mario, Delfino Plaza gets flooded because of beating Shadow Mario in every level. And that also unlocks Corona Mountain. Corona Mountain loading zone is not there until this cutscene happens. There is a way to get behind the corridor, behind the barrage, behind the gate, okay? And the loading zone is not there, so it's been known for years that we can get there, but no loading zone, unfortunately. So what I'm gonna go for is we call as a fast Corona. It's the hardest way to move around this Corona. Any hesitation will lose me possibly time and maybe get me killed. That was fast Corona. I was very good. Then there's a glitch here with a rocket called as a rocket storage. By firing a rocket in a certain time Mario has an animation to get off from a sidestep mode, and during that animation, if I fire a rocket with an analog trigger of the R button press instead of digital, I can store a rocket multiple times, but you only need 2. And the time comes up when I hit the last ground pound. There's 5 ground pounds I have to do. So the last ground pound when the whole path tube flips, that's the time. Oh, that Coop really wanted to hit me. So the path to far is random. Oh, that's unfortunate. If it hit you there, then you will just lose a little bit of time. And the time is coming up. Ooh! If I was holding a different direction there, I would have died. And that's time. Super Mario Sunshine is a cool speed game, I would say. So, I believe we are ahead of schedule, so I can probably show some glitches. Alright, that sounds cool. Thank you everyone for watching Super Mario Sunshine. I'll be off for today, but I will be back tomorrow with Link's Awakening Remake, and I will tell you, Link's Awakening Remake is... You wanna see it, okay? I don't wanna spoil how that game is as a speedrun in just 2 months. So, I stream often on Twitch, please follow me sometimes. I run this game a lot. For 7 years I've run it, and now I'm in a Link's Awakening grind. So I guess it's time for a Chris to get trolled by the chat. Thanks for watching everyone.